All right. Well, welcome back, Dr. Rob Arnott. We are here with our series for bariatrics nutrition. And today we are focusing on one of my favorite things, which is new product development. So it's exciting when we get to bring something new to market. One of my favorite foods has always been oatmeal, but there are some issues with traditional oatmeal, particularly quick cooking oats. And we just had a great conversation about CGMs. You consume that type of an oat and you're going to see that rise and that spike. So we wanted to formulate something that people could get really excited about. It tastes great and it's good for you as well. And that is our all day oats concept. And you helped us tremendously with this product. So talk to us a little bit about your love affair with oatmeal and where it began and where it's at right now as you developed this product with us.
Well, my mom cooked us, or six of us when I grew up, and cooked us oatmeal in the morning. I always loved. My grandfather always ate oatmeal, so I was always in love with the product. Sorry. So the interesting thing about oatmeal is, it should be a great filler. High in fiber and protein, and it should be a great kind of crutch. A lot of us, including myself, really don't have the time to do all the meal planning that you espouse that we should. We know we should, but it's like you've got this crazy busy day. You got to throw something down, and you don't want it to be a root beer, right?
Not
That'll
at
play
all.
havoc with your blood sugar level. So the quest was for a product that you would be able to eat at any moment quickly during the day and that would fill you up. Because satiation is, as you know, the biggest problem. And I've been a big believer that there's this micronutrient hunger, that if we have foods that aren't good for us, we can, stuff ourselves all day long, but because we don't have the micronutrients, we continue to eat. And also, we don't have enough protein, enough fiber, and we continue to eat. So I've been a very big believer in what I would call breaks. How do you basically break your appetite? And I have found this all day oats product like nothing I have ever seen. I get a few sample batches and I call Rod and I go, Rod, you got to send me some more of this. I need this right now. So you and I had just talked about the continuous glucose monitor, the idea that you can watch your blood sugar swings big or small during the day, long and high or short and fast. And what shocked me is that when I had my kind of instant oatmeal, without mentioning any particular brands, my blood sugar go whoom up and crash, which was a surprise. So I have been a connoisseur of oatmeal. I'll buy, these Irish oats. They're so great big oats, and try to find something better for my blood sugar. So, you've taken the lead on this in terms of working with a leading sort of miller who has been able to take oats and many other specialized kinds of grains like chia, as an example, and add protein in there. So you have something that's high in protein, high in fiber, and incredibly satiating. And a big part of this is that I think part of satiating a patient is not having their blood sugar come up and crash, is that rise and fall. And what I found with everyday oats is this. Here's my instant oatmeal. And then here's the everyday oats. Tiny, almost indistinguishable increase in blood sugar and back down. And so I found I wasn't hungry afterwards. I was satiated quickly. I was able to go many hours before I ate something else. And I just have another everyday oat. So I think it's the kind of, I don't want to use the word crutch because it's good for you. It's got great protein, great fiber, great nutrients, all these, super grains in it. So it's quite healthy for you, but it means that it gives back to you control over your diet. And, true confessions, the time I have hardest with is right now. It's the afternoon. We all get up. We don't eat much in the morning. We have coffee. We have a decent breakfast. We do okay with lunch. And then in the afternoon, things really start to fall apart. And in the evening, your day is obliterated. And so the all day oats are wonderful for that, because when you go, I'm going to go into the cookie larder, you just go and have a serving of all day oats and you just go, oh, I feel so good. And I feel so relaxed and de-stressed because I haven't had a big spike in my blood sugar. How have you liked it? You invented it.
I love them. So I 100% agree. I did a little test with my continuous glucose monitor, and I really wanted to see how oats impacted us as we began this project. And what I did find, as we all know, the varying types of oats. We have our quick cooking oats, or of our instant oats. We have our steel cut oats. And then we've brought to the table this really unique oat that we've found. It's a hulless oat. So it's called a naked oat. It gets a little bit spicy there, but it is a amazing oat because it just loses its hull during the harvesting process. So it doesn't need heat to process that hull off like some of the other oats I've described. So that's actually a huge benefit because you can damage the whole grain as you heat or you process these oats. So the base oat that we're starting with, being this hullless or this naked oat, really gives us the benefit right out of the gate. It's also a higher protein oat. So that's very important within our space because, as you know, we create protein-based products, and that macronutrient is one of the most satiating macronutrients if we're talking about satiety. So we've got this great oat as our foundation, higher protein, great source of fiber. And then around that foundation, we've added in, as you described, beautiful sources of fats, as well as seeds and fibers. So I want to focus in on the seeds first. Chia seed, pumpkin seeds. You're an expert in these. So tell us a little bit about why adding these two particular seeds to this product is so important.
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate you on having found this Homeless Oat because, as you know, you can have a product that has a very small swing in blood sugar, but the more you cook it, the higher the glycemic index goes, and the higher you're going to spike your blood sugar. So you have this lovely product, oatmeal, and then you put it in the microwave and you blast it with all this heat, and you'll notice that it comes out as mush. Even some of the very good oatmeals, high quality oatmeals, I'll go and put in hot water and boil them, and then they kind of turn into mush. So I think the great secret here is your discovery of this hulless oat that allows us to have something you don't really have to cook it at all, or very modest. I've had it just plain cold, just put water in there and it's terrific. So that's the biggest breakthrough there, that you have an oat that you don't have to cook and increase its glycemic index with all that heat and maceration and whatnot. So you did ask a great question there then about what about the other stuff you put in there, like the pumpkin seeds, or my favorite, the chia seed. I wrote a best-selling book on this, The Aztec Diet, because the Aztec 500 years ago were the most successful population in the world. Women lived 10 years longer than they did in Europe. They had more children, healthier children. When the Europeans got a hold of the Aztec foods and began eating them, and they did in China as well, their life expectancy increased. So what was so special about the Aztec is they were in this mythical city of Tenochtitlan, which is Mexico City today. And they had horticulturalists from all over, all of North and South America descend with all the different crops from all over both of these spectacular continents. And of these, the one they loved best was chia. They would go into battle with the Spanish, and they would just have a little pouch of chia. And as legend has it, nothing else. And so the advantage of chia is that, I'm a fanatic when it comes to grocery shopping. I go in there, I go right and I look at that label, and I'll look first of all for fiber. And you'll find something with 150 calories that has 2 grams of fiber, 3 grams of fiber. In other words, you're paying a lot in terms of all the calories you have to eat for not much fiber. So you'll get like 8 grams of fiber with chia. It's a great source of omega-3 fatty acids. It's tremendously satiating. It has, I think, more iron than spinach. There's a whole laundry list of all the minerals and vitamins that it has. So it really is a spectacular superfood, and on its own can be great in a diet to be able to give you lots of protein and fiber, healthy omega-3 fatty acids, minerals and vitamins, and be able to cut your appetite. So adding this to this Homeless Oatmeal is genius.
I really love the backstory on the chia there that you have. And I just think that it's a unique superfood that we are adding into our product line for the very first time. So that in and of itself is exciting. And then we've also got in there, we've got the pumpkin seed. We also have flax seed as well. So the combination of these seeds, I think, drives up that fiber content as you described. It drives them into that sort of superfood category, which is exciting altogether. And I love your thoughts on how you can consume it. It can be consumed hot. It's still going to give you a better glycemic response than your traditional hot instant microwavable oatmeal, but it can be consumed that way. But I actually like it the way you described. So I make it more of an overnight oats concept. And then I can doctor it up throughout the day. So if I'm eating it maybe in more of the morning hours, I can add some berries, something that to me feels a little bit more breakfast style. But I can also in the afternoon switch it up. I can make it savory. So I can add in, some spices and things that just kind of take that foundational base of the oats and the seeds and just completely turn it on its head and make it something completely different. So very, very versatile product in that way. I also think what's neat is that we've got some interesting fibers in there. So one of those fibers, it's basically a form of potato starch, and it's a prebiotic fiber. So talk to our practitioners about why getting prebiotic fibers into this type of a product and into their gut is such an important thing.
So we now know that how your gut processes food is incredibly important to your overall health. For instance, the chlorogenic acids in coffee, and we're going to have a very high chlorogenic acid coffee product coming along as well, may have a tremendous effect on the gut in terms of being able to get nutrients into your bloodstream. And the biggest piece of that is a thing that we call endothelial cell function. Quite simply, if you stress the endothelium by cutting all the blood out of that in the brachial artery into the arm and you release it, if the response is that it closes down like this and narrows and still cuts off blood supply, you have bad endothelial cell function. If it opens up and it's bouncy, then you have tremendous endothelial cell function. And so we've been able to show, and others, that with these chlorogenic acids, you have an improvement in your endothelial cell function, but not until you change your gut. You've been at the forefront of telling people how important gut health is. And a part of that, of course, is having the prebiotics there so that you have better gut flora. We're carrying around with us all these microorganisms in our colon that are a big part of us. And they're a very big part of how well we feel and whatever our health and nutrition status is. And so the ability to change that with a probiotic and with these chlorogenic acids in coffee, I think, again, is nothing less than genius.
Awesome. Well, yes. Well, we're super excited about this product. It's going to bring to the table something very unique. It's going to have that perfect balance of protein, carbohydrates in line with our traditional meal plans that we offer, plenty of fiber, versatility, and of course, these prebiotic fibers. So you can't really get much better than that. And we really appreciate all of your expertise in this area and helping us develop this unique product. And we're ready for it to hit the market.
Well, Christina, you have been a visionary your whole career, and this product shows spectacular vision, leadership, knowledge. And I'm always a big believer that we are in the end what I would call knowledge engineers. We have this knowledge. You have this spectacular knowledge you've developed through school, postgraduate courses. Work with leading physicians and PhDs, and of course working with patients. But how do you take that knowledge and how do you give it to somebody? There's nothing better than being able to engineer a product, and you have engineered this spectacular all-day oat product that has, as you point out, the the minerals and vitamins and spectacular chia and pumpkin seed in them with the fiber that they contain as well. With Homeless Oat, this, and you describe it much better than I do, but a true visionary product that I really think is going to help transform the American diet so that we're all leaner, fitter, and feel a lot better about ourselves. So thank you for great leadership on this, Christina.
Awesome. Well, side by side project, I think that it's unique in the sense too that so much of what we hear out there in the weight management space, at least, is always about what you have to remove from your diet. So what's super neat about this all day oats is that we're talking about what we're adding to your diet, whether it's these unique seeds and fibers and just the concept in many ways bringing back oatmeal. So many people within our space are very carb phobic, and they have cut out some of these fantastic carbohydrate sources that do give you fibers and really help keep the body optimized. So I think it's been super exciting to work on this formulation so we can bring something to the table to bring back to the diet versus always to asking people to take away. So that in and of itself is also exciting from a behavior perspective.
And what I think is great about the way you certainly led your life and the way you've led here is that good nutrition isn't about subtracting things. People, when they're going into weight management or controlling their diabetes, it's a sense of doom. They're going to take these foods away. I'm going to feel terrible. My head's going to feel awful. In a number of books I wrote, I said, make your brain feel great, right? And so looking forward to the addition of spectacular new foods that do the job for you. It's not your job to cut hunger, right? It's not your job to decrease blood sugar levels. It's our job to take the very best knowledge we have and embed that knowledge in products that really work to be able to control your blood sugar, get your weight down where you want it, take your stress away, and make your day happier.
I love it. Very well said. Well, thank you so much for helping us produce and launch this all day oats. We're excited to do it. And I think that it's going to make a huge impact within our product lineup. And we appreciate all your help in developing it.